Alright, here it is. Round 6 reinforcements. There's some pretty decent stuff being offered. I choose the fortress. It can counter everything here with the right build, though Scorpions I think in the long run will win against fortresses. Sabertooth also worth a thought. It's a lot of money. It's more money than the fortress if you don't care about the unlock cost. Alright, fire badgers, even more of them. Oh yeah, that's what I did. I replaced these fire badgers. I took the item and put it on the fortress. And this now is a pretty scary fortress. Level 2 fort. 135,000 health and change. With repairing itself when it does damage. That is scary. My opponent has the Scorpions. They are definitely not a bad choice into this. They do decent DPS, but that fortress is just on another level. If it gets to feed on something, it's not going to die all that quickly. We see more Phoenixes, and we now also see Elite on Phoenixes. Though once again, it's this. You already have a unit that does well into big enemies. Why do you need a second one of that? Like these Mustangs here, they can help against Wasps. And Wasps right now with just 2 marksmen, I think that was the reason why I dropped the Mustangs. I wanted to be safe against Wasps. And I would not have been surprised if he chose Wasps in a world where I did not have these Mustangs. The Mustangs on this side actually able to do enough damage to the Phoenixes to kill them. And now that fort is not going to die. I don't think it is. Stormcrawlers this, Stormcrawlers that. Doesn't matter. It is too healthy. It survives. That's also a lot of XP he's not getting. Did he get any level? He did not. Senior attack. I guess that makes sense. You need damage. I instead choose laser sight on my level 2, soon to be level 3 Mustangs. That's when they can start doing some real damage. It's also when I can start thinking of selling these fire badges here that are holding down the fort against the level 2 crawlers. Because the Mustangs at level 3 with laser sight, like, they will start eating these crawlers in a decent time. I go for more fortresses despite being up against the Scorpions. I think this is one of the games where you hit the anti-air. The Phoenixes are invested into with Elite, but they aren't invested into so heavily that they haven't leveled so heavily that they will just not care about these missiles. Yeah, flank gets cleaned up pretty quickly. Not all that much else happening for the moment until the chaff war properly begins, which is now. I'm definitely tempted to hit anti-air fort. I didn't do it in the last round because, well, there were Phoenixes, but they weren't teched or anything. Now that he's hit a very expensive tech here, I think it's time to go into the fortresses proper. Looks like my fort is gonna die this time around. It's too much damage even for that. Though I guess maybe the correct thing to say is there simply isn't enough for it to heal off. Level 2 ranged Mustangs can clean up the Stormcrawlers no problem whatsoever. And it's another loss for Yi into the past. Smoke bomb, improved firepower, like all of this is viable I think. Maybe not haste. There's better options than haste. So, level 3 Mustangs with damage item. Alright, let's roll. Doing 220 damage already. Since there is a bunch of combat powers coming out, I chose to shield here. And I'm looking at the sport, and yeah. Here are the anti-air missiles on the fortresses. There's nothing really to keep them away. Did he just drop more Phoenixes? He did. More Phoenixes into fortresses that have anti-air. That is ballsy. And I also don't think that is the correct choice. I start selling out of the fire badgers and drop more Mustangs. Mustang Fortress, I guess, is the name of the game right now. I have a bunch of units that I can sell. Alright, triple recruiting the Mustangs, I guess. I think I was in between going for elite and not. But I think I couldn't afford going for 2 elite or 2 level 2 Mustangs. So I chose 3 level 1 Mustangs. Flanks already cleaned up. Shields are so far standing strong. None of us picked combat powers here, so they are kinda just shielding. These phoenixes are almost dead. And the fortresses have yet to take any amount of damage, I think. Alright, there go a lot of the phoenixes. That fort is winning against the scorpion, but the phoenix kills it. Last phoenixes go down, and that is multiple forts surviving. These Mustangs just have insane range. Alright. It's not it, but it's looking good. Assault Fort comes out. I think it's too good into this board not to take, honestly. The movement speed buff is just really, really good on these forts. And I am a big Fortress Fist enjoyer. I know that range probably is better, but I am a big Fortress Fist enjoyer, and I'm not ashamed of it. I do actually level these fire badgers. Maybe I should have sold them. Because these level 4 Mustangs can clean the crawlers up. No doubt about it. I guess this just makes it a lot faster. So, it's not bad either. He chooses smelters. Well, what else? If you're facing these fortresses, to be fair, there really isn't that much. But at the same time, well, actually, he has 3 scorpions. What am I talking about? I think the correct choice would have been like double shot range scorpion. And then just blast these fortresses. But at the same time, against fists, it's not that good. Because these scorpions don't take that much more damage than a fist will provide already. I do choose the sticky oil bomb. Because we have fire on the board and that can really hurt him. It doesn't shield against it. And I was thinking maybe he's picking fire on the stormcrawlers. When people start getting desperate, they use fire. However, it seems that the fire is not igniting yet. Well, all the fire sources on that side kinda have already died. So I guess it's just gonna be the oil. Melter absolutely got swarmed. Fortress Fists win this fight. And that fortress healed a lot. The fortress just push in and end the match in a landslide victory. Alright, best of 3 goes in my favor. But I still remember the first match against Ye Into the Past, the Marksman Sledge Mirror. I completely messed that up. I think, now that I've seen his games 3 times in a row, well, technically 6 times in total because I played them as well, but from the looks of things, I think he has yet to learn in such a way that you need to commit into one unit instead of trying to have 3 solutions for the same problem. Like the problem here right now is the fortresses. You can solve it by going into double tech scorpions probably and drop some level 2s. You could solve it by allowing your phoenixes to survive for longer, which probably means war factory anti-missile. Or you can solve it with melters. But if you're going for everything at the same time, you don't have enough techs and enough units that use these techs to survive. And that's why you get steamrolled. Especially against fortresses. Oh well. That was great fun. Thank you once again. And very much hope to see you next time again. Until then.